Well, this one's fairly easy. It was a lore dump episode in this arc of the anime. Um, Pretty much, I don't even remember where we start. We started after dinner, having a chat, just enjoying ourselves. Um, Before heading into the war room, though not the most, socially usual thing. Who gives a shit? We went in there, we had a chat. We got a formal contract written up with John and the party. We have everyone's goals lined up. We have information from good old Ezekiel about where to go, where not to go, and what we should do. After chatting about that and getting some good old Zone of Truth fun times, if I missed anything, please stop me. Got a little confused on time, but that same evening, we learned that is when the other guy came. Not the noble, the guy who had us learn that Renee is an alien.
The Arcanastra
Same
guy?
night? Doesn't matter.
Yes,
We
it was
also
same night.
learned... Doesn't matter. We also learned that Renee's bloodline is from Sirik. The planet, not the goddess. Small difference, but a difference. Now, from there, Daniel, Sir Cord, and some dude whose name there's an anagram for the big bad evil guy. Shows up, and we have another chat in the war room. And thus we learn. We get told about a plan. Paul gets moved up like 4 ranks in the Arcanastra, something like that. John learns about his patron, and we all learn a bit about what's going on in Kalbesh. I don't think we ever asked our 5 questions.
No, we did not.
You have not, no.
No, we did not. So, that's probably what we'll start off with, but for now, not much else happened. We did a little bit of shopping, just kind of quick things happened. John has his poncho and hat. Did anyone else purchase anything? Vaz has a sweet coat. It's warm.
Yes.
I got some silver arrows.
Silver arrows. Okay. That's huge. That's gonna come in handy. And then we set off. We got teleported a good distance, and we moved along in the cart. We're heading north to a cathedral/library. So that'll be fun. Speaking of which, I gotta light a candle for this one. I have a set for this.
I'm gonna go turn off my lights.
I'm not even kidding.
Is it a Gwyneth Paltrow candle?
Luckily, no. It's a Stone Moss Chapel. It's a cantrip candle.
Nice.
So I'm about to get into the vibe. But on the way, we did a little bit of campsite. Nothing huge, just chatting, having some fun, playing tag, I guess. I don't know. I obviously wasn't paying too much attention.
I got a boyfriend.
Vaz has a boyfriend. That's wonderful.
Good for him.
Floof got a
And
makeover.
Floof got a makeover.
Hold on.
And we made it safely, safe and sound, to the cathedral, which we did get there last session. We just did a little bit of rewind campsite because we knew we were safe. And prepare for another lore dump episode, most likely, folks. Sit tight, grab some snacks, and that's about it.
Indeed.
Ran out of snacks, man.
Well done. Quick thing, since the random counter was handled out of session, that was a vision. A vision given to Floof.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
And that is...
He has a warm spot.
Yes.
Sage gave a warm spot to a cat.
Yes. They can They can go into more detail through our peer or whatnot, up to them, but that is the gist. There was a vision, and they were the subject of said vision.
Still
They
can't
now
believe that
have
you gave
access
a-
to prestige class.
Still can't believe that you gave a warm spot to a cat.
Wait, Floof has access to another prestige class?
Well, they don't have access to the previous one anymore, but they do have access to this new one.
They're the ones who's actually like doing the side quests here.
But yes, you guys all being shown to the guest quarters within the chapel grounds of the Temple of the Warden, would find yourself refreshed, long rest achieved, no issue there. After the final prayers and uh, religious ceremonies are performed within the chapel. At this point,
to do something, or?
you guys are free to do the shoops and whoops, but you guys did have 5 questions to ask. So, do you have your 5 questions ready?
I
Good
see 6
question.
questions in downtime. Ada wants to know about brass dragons. I want to know about the giant meteor. And why Whisper was so specifically pissed about the king. More information about the God War thing. And then what about the sisters and what we know about them, or what he knows about them specifically, and what the Temple of the Drowned God had to do with anything.
Did you just take up 4 of those 5 questions?
To be fair,
I
nobody
mean,
else really asked.
Nobody else posted anything.
No one else
so.
posted anything. So,
Alright,
which of
I'll
those 6 are you wanting to be 5?
Basically,
Or do you
take
have
out one.
additional to add to this list?
I think maybe we should nix the drowned god one. Either that one or the meteor.
The media.
I feel like the meteor doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing, though.
No, not with us. So
It's
yes, we
cool.
can nix. We can nix the meteor, and I cry on the inside.
It's a cool meteor, don't get me wrong. Hey, just have Renea die and then make your backup
mean,
know about the meteor.
The God War might
Use
have
that
info
time.
about the meteor. We'll find out.
Oh yeah, hey, maybe.
Sage, can my origin bonus be that I completed the trial of the Starstone?
No.
My origin bonus being a literal god.
Darn.
No. No.
Only if you roll 5 20s in a row.
Bet.
Okay.
Eventually
What
that
would be
will
an-
happen.
That will.
Ah.
What
No.
would be the downside for being a literal god?
You're not a player anymore.
Yeah.
When you become a god, you become restricted by the divine pacts that they have formed, which means you're pretty much not a character at that point. You act through your representatives, your clerics, your paladins, your inquisitors, and so on.
So then
What
you
about
just immediately make a paladin of yourself.
Yeah,
What about a demigod? They exist in this setting?
they do.
One's in our party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
So that is not
demigod.
that is not
demigod.
factually accurate. That is the traditional term for demigod. Demigod is a ranking of deity in the universe. Essentially, they're still God. They're just the weakest power of God, of divinehood that you can achieve. In terms of what the show is, they are a scion. That is the terminology used for those who have divine parentage. They are
I'm
mortal.
Scion.
He's
It
my
is-
main
it
in
is
League
spelt
of Legends.
Like,
Hmm.
go to general.
SYON?
I'll post it in. There you go. I'll post it in Dice Roller so stream can see it.
Okay.
Traditional spelling, then.
It means a descendant. That's the etymology of the word in a nutshell.
Yeah, you are a scion of Caden Kalian. But yes, so you're just nixing that one question of the meteor and the rest are active?
I guess so, unless anyone has objections. No.
Alright.
Sound.
So some of those are pretty freaking broad, so specifically the dragon one, what's your stuff there? How you classifying that? It's just like, what's a brass dragon, or what you looking for there?
What the fuck is a brass dragon, dude? I don't fucking know.
This is your question, JC. So
Yeah. So, what Ada wants to know about brass dragons, more like general heritage, where they come from, just kind of just a lore dump to give Ixon so he knows about his peoples.
Gotcha. Well, dragons by themselves, they are. How best to put this? So, Kydron is a constructed planet. And by that I mean it's not naturally formed through the creation of the universe itself. It was formed as a safe haven. So really everything on here um, isn't exactly native, um, except for the Gith in some of the fauna. The Gith being some of the first, things that formed from the bacteria and whatnot. All that good stuff, science stuff. I'm not a scientist. But in terms of brass dragons, they're not native to the planet. That said, when it came time to transfer, a lot of the dragon kind was moved over here as well to save their species um, from any possible extinction. Think of Kydron as a
Jurassic Park.
I would say more like have any of you guys played Mass Effect?
Halo Ring?
A little bit.
Me once.
No.
All right. Well, Halo also works. Think of it just like a planetary library of species that can be used to repopulate planets and the like, if ever something bad were to happen.
It's like, compared to the seed bank that we have actually on Earth, that if shit goes down, we have a bank of seeds. It's like that, but for species.
Yeah. Which is why pretty much every single species is allowed on Kydron. There's a few exceptions, but yes, that's the main reason why things are there.
So it's kind of like Noah's Ark.
Yeah. Except for it's a planet instead of a ship. For Brass Dragon specifically, though, you know that they were formed within the deserts. Specifically, the first known. Let me go to the world map for you guys. First known egg, first known hatchling upon the planet, is within the desert down here, within the frontier of Shabos. They, of course, have spread far and wide since then, as that was during the birth of the planet. In terms of their strengths, and kind of like what they did, brass dragons tend to be highly intelligent, sociable creatures, working as, for some of the older civilizations within the planet, as I wouldn't say deity because they're not deities, but they were worshipped as such, or as god kings, or just kings in general, leaders of civilizations. So a lot of the ancient Gith society have, or at least tend to have, especially down in that region, symbology of dragons. I kind of got off track in terms of your actual question, so more to your question. Inform me so I can go more into this. JC.
The connection of Sun Elves and Brass Dragons in particular.
Excellent. All right. That is a specific lineage. Some of the Brass Dragons that had migrated from their home clutch of the Shabos frontier, specifically those that traveled northwestwards to the realms of Natan, which is this area, the homeland of the Sun Elves. They also have some Sun Elves over here, but it's like exile, so we don't need to worry about that. The homeland, though, their descendants, some of the descendants of the Brass Dragons, were mortals. They were birthed from dragon and Sun Elf. Thus, the royal line became a eventually kind of dwindled down just to be dragon-blooded sorcerers, but they are, for the most part, half dragons or the like. They have dragon blood throughout any royal vein or any noble vein for that matter, because it has been over the years spread pretty thin in terms of like stuff. Stuff happened. It's pretty thin. That's not really too much into detail for the actual lineages and all that, because that is more of a question you'd ask for a archmage of that realm, not of Calabash.
Mhm.
But yes, that is the main connection there, is that they birthed the empire, that they are the ancestors of the kings and queens there. And the
So
blood
would
shared.
you say that since Ada's blood seems to be strong in the Brass Dragon bloodline, they would have a claim to nobility there?
Yes.
Or even claim to the throne, one might say?
Nobility, 100%. Throne, that's iffy. You'd have to look at some politics over that region, so.
You'd have
But
to fuck around and
but
find out, as that.
If your ambition is to not own only Calabash but also Natan, I'm not going to say that is not something you cannot achieve, but it is not something as easy as it would be to claim the Calabashian throne just because of how Calabash deals with the
Mhm.
crown and whatnot, and the current predicament with the king.
Yeah, that would happen later.
Yeah. But yes, that is a thing. Anything else you want to know about them specifically?
I think that's good for me.
All right. Next one is why Whisper was so specifically pissed about the king. He has no idea. He has literally no idea who Whisper is beyond what you've already told them, which is an agent of the Three Sisters. So why they'd be so pissed? I mean, maybe because they're working for the empire that you guys were literally at war with about, so and so ago. Other than that, they're a terrorist faction within that group. They're extremists of the Empire of Arendelle. So
She would specifically say that she asked Whisper why she was doing the things she was doing, and she said it was because her people had been forced to live in caves and were starving and dying, and she asked why we couldn't work together peacefully then to help them, and her response was, thank your king for that.
he has no idea what you're talking about.
Insight.
Spoiler alert, she was a fanatic.
12.
He has no idea what you're talking about.
Well, that's a sad question.
All right, let's see here. Back to downtime listing. More information about the God War thing, who started, how it's going, and what we/Ada can do to help. From what they gathered, the God War was started by a group known as the. Wait a second, I have to go grab this. Bring up the Drunken Sailing campaign.
They weren't actually called the Drunken Sailors?
No, that was just the name of the campaign. What was the name of your ship? Party ship. Here we go.
Wasn't it called the Shackled Legion?
No. It was
Shackled Fate.
Shackled. Yeah. It was performed by a group known as the Shackled Fate, a group of pirates who worked throughout the seas of Cyric. Doesn't actually go into how they did this, but effectively it was started by this group doing something that they shouldn't have because they trusted the wrong person. Some were duped, some did this as more of a going with the flow type of thing. The main cause, though, the main tipping point that caused the God Wars to favor the divine of evil would be one of those within the shackled fate, released one of the gods of evil early, thus breaking their fated death and the fated death of the one that was fated to kill them. So it changed. It was a whole domino effect, effectively. So that's how it started. How's it going? From what they gather, it's not going well. The forces of evil have driven the forces of good into hiding. In fact, the giant meteor, with some of the forces of good escaping from the God War and hiding within this planet. That is their divine essence that has spread throughout. Many of the fallen meteors, as such, have also been the divine blood of these deities that survived the first initial culling of the of the good deities. So, yeah, it's not going well, which is why you guys are wanting to stay hidden. What you currently know, they are trying to find a way to strengthen their hold, the evil deities, as they are still limited by the divine pacts that prevent them from acting with their full power. What that means and how they are going to achieve that, you have no idea. It's not really your wheelhouse nor your circus. In terms of how you can help and all that, make sure this information is not spread, because the more people to know about it, the easier it is for the deities of evil to find this planet and destroy the last remnants of those good deities, as well as the deities of Kydrin, who, while aware of Cyric, are limited in what they can do in terms of the different regions.
Could spreading the word of Hestia actually break things?
Spreading the word of Hestia would strengthen that deity specifically. It would not break things. What you are doing would be effectively trying to spread a new religion. In terms of the eyes of the citizens of this planet, they would just view that as like a burgeoning faith, essentially. They wouldn't really view that as someone from Cyric. Any
Cool.
of those who are like deeper in terms of knowledge with that deity might know. That'd generally be like, you know, yourself and Renea, because you guys are effectively the high priests of that faith at this point in time. Although I wouldn't really call you a high priest since you only have one cleric level, but I mean, when you're working with Renea, Fauna Donnelly, yourself, and whoever is over in that one village that you forgot about, yeah, it's not really a large pool of people.
I mean, we didn't forget about it. We just like had everyone try and no one knew where to start.
I gave you so many hints. I gave freaking Kenna so many hints.
And we rolled to like figure out where they are, and you like pointed it out on a map accidentally when you were doing something else. So it felt like meta being like, okay, let's start over here.
I'm just saying. Anyways,
It's okay. I'll pick up a scroll of commune and we'll find the village that way.
But in terms of how you can help, other than making sure that the information is not spread, empower the gods of good within this planet, or Asmodeus.
Huh.
Ah, that's why his cult is gaining popularity.
That's why it's illegal to worship him. Because he's like one of the few fiends, like probably the only fiend that you can legally worship.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't, I suppose.
Right.
To empower the faiths would be empowering the good deities in this fight, essentially strengthening them up for what they need to do. That is all they really know, though.
Is Asmodeus a Kadron-specific deity?
They are not.
Like Bahamut?
They are the Lord of Hell.
And Hell just spans all worlds?
Yes. Hell is a plane of existence, so it's not really a planet so much as a state of being.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because there are planets, and then there are plains. So yeah. But yes. From there, though, maybe about the sisters, what they know about their plans or things they are known to be able to do. Let's see here. Where do I have this? Here we are. All right. Based upon the knowledge you have, let me go and roll him a check real quick to see if he knows who Syl is, because you didn't give him the full name. With all of his knowledge from books and ranking, all right. So, Soraya. What is known about her? She is the last living descendant of a green dragon, as well as Mithrandwil Sylvanesti. So she is a half-dragon. Her powers are inherently arcane in nature. She has potent enchantment, illusions, and poison-based spells. She is known to corrupt the ground that she walks on and corrupt the minds of those that she speaks to. Beyond that, though, they don't really have too much information on her, beyond what I've already told you. So, Whisper, you would know that she is a changeling, that she was birthed from some foul magic within a temple, hidden away, that she is a spy, that she works for the... what's their actual name of their faction? 1 second. Lost Fable notes. Factions. Where are you? Leader Vestral. Yes. Okay, what's your name?
A temple, you say? Temple drowned god?
But where's your name? Where the fuck did I put your name? They are a member of the faction known as the Moonless Sea. They were recruited and apparently adopted by Mithrandwil Sylvanesti. Their parentage, in terms of who actually birthed them, is not entirely known, but they are not native to the Empire of Arendelle. Other than that, you guys, specifically Renea, has all the other information they would know. That, spy, likes to run around, be sneaky snake, all that good stuff.
And she's definitely dead, right?
To their knowledge, yes.
Okay.
From that, we have the other sister. This one, they suspect, they don't quite know, but they suspect this one is a woman known as Silaway. And that is spelled, let me go into your NPC lab. Silaway.
Show you the power of Sealaway. I sawed this village in half.
God damn it.
What she is known for is a practitioner of the darkest of arts. She was in fact removed, exiled from her people, and stripped of her surname. From what is known about her is that she was among the royalty within Audenesti, or not Audenesti, of Arendelle. That's the other thing, of Arendelle, and that from her blackest magic she performed. I'm trying to figure out if they would actually know this, because that's would they know this? They do have whispers, spies everywhere. No, they would not. She performed black magic. She was removed from the throne, or at least from the line to the throne within the empire of the elves, or the moon elves. She was exiled, stripped of her name, and she was taken under the wing of Mithranduil Sylvanesti. You know that her capabilities are that of both magic and steel. Specifically, it seems to be some form of pact-based magic, specialized in corruption, death, and transportation. And when I say pact-based magic, I don't specifically mean a warlock. I just mean that they have a higher being that powers them, so it could be divine. But yeah, that is what is known about Siloe. In terms of her capabilities, that sounds about right to what you, Ada, and Paul dealt with, as she was using plenty of evil magic and plenty of teleportation magic, as she did send you to the abyss.
It happens.
Yes. Let's see here. Your question also had the three sisters and know about their plans or things they are known to be able to do. So plans. Current plan, I'm pretty sure I covered that last session. In terms that they're trying to free Vestral. So they're trying to get a MacGuffin. It's likely within Morganon. You know that they need blood of someone from Cyric. Currently, that is Renea or Daniel, although that could be hastened depending on what happens with their specific factions and whatnot. So we'll see if that happens. Yeah. Essentially, they're trying to free their master Vestral, which will also trying to free Cyric, which is bad. You don't want that to happen.
Yes.
Back to the downtime. Last question. What the Temple of the Drowned God has to do with anything? All right. Let's see here.
She'll also include the information that she checked it out a week ago, a week and a half, and it was protected by some sort of divine barrier and buried under the waves. Well, waves is a strong word, the swamp, but
gotcha.
We're about to get hit with yet another fatty. I have no idea.
What is known about this temple is that it was a temple dedicated to the Gith in ages past, long since ruined. It was said that some of the creatures of the forest that was then transferred into a swamp, into the Thane swamp due to the curse of Vestral, claimed it as their own home, adjusting things as they saw fit and marking it as their drowned god. The initial temple itself was not dedicated to this drowned god, but to a being. Would they know this being's name? I'm not sure why I'm looking at the chat. I need to look at my notes. Where are my notes? There's my notes. Okay. Oh, I remember now. I was going to roll. That's why I was looking at chat. Okay. Do I hit the DC? God damn it, I did. All right. The temple itself was dedicated to a... Let me go grab this name. 1 second. was dedicated to a Gith practitioner, one whose power within the arcane was so potent that they were near divinity in strength. Many of the structures and capabilities of their people was influenced by this Gith. It is said that some of the Gith's patrons influenced this particular user and their mastery of magic and their influence, and that this temple was a shrine to them, um, an offering place to fuel them with power and sacrifices, so they may empower their rituals. The name of this individual is Zanafrul El Zara. I will go copy that for you guys. NPC Lab, Zanafrul El. How did I spell Zara? There it is. Okay.
So does he have any idea why it was being used in some sort of ritual clear back at the very start of the campaign?
He has no idea.
And why it's protected now?
Why it's protected now is because what Zanafrul knows leads to Cyric. In fact, some of you who now speak Gith knows that the Valendrins Hold is Zanafrul's palace.
Hey, that's me.
So, the books you found there are his. The corpse you found there is his corpse.
And it was his temple. Interesting.
So yeah. In terms of what the Kriza was trying to activate with the ritual, he would surmise that it's possible that they were trying to use the same rituals that were formed by the cult of Zanafrul to empower their deity, Vestral. Basically just trying to changing it around. That is your downtime 5 questions. Yes, indeed.
Daniel story time, because I want to know more than I may have caused a war.
That you will receive over the week when I am not a busy banana. It was going to happen earlier, but then fucking crazy shit happened and I forgot I had a game and then another game. So,
All right. And then the first morning, as we were leaving Sonata, Renea sent Minerva to talk to Nemelphia about Vestral.
Yes.
And what she knows about him.
Yes. Give me your questions.
Minerva will just show up and ask, so can you tell me anything about Vestral?
Let's see here.
I have no idea what questions to ask, so what do you know?
Vestral is a Fey Lord, one of the Unseelie Court. They have been corrupted by the magics infused within them by their... does she know this, actually? Scratch that. She does not know they've been corrupted. They are a patron
Been cucked.
of the Elven Empire of Arendelle, the Moon Elves. Although the Moon Elves worship Desna as their chief deity, the Fae and the courts within are highly regarded there. Their powers and their connection to nature fuels the society of the Arendelle Elves. Vestral specifically was one of decay. Their realm was that of a swamp of an oozing corruption, although many would see this as unnatural. Death and what is faced is a natural part of life itself. That said, I don't really like being cursed, so, I'm happy you helped me there. I did not want to deal with that. They are known as a unforgiving lord. They command beasts of the Feywild and corrupt others with their touch. Many of the more modern elves of Arendelle view this particular Fey Lord with distaste or even revulsion. Thus, most of their worship has been diminished, except for the staunchest of supporters and the extremists within the Empire. During the war of ages past between Kalbesh and Erendil, they used their power to summon Vestral. This power led to many battles and many wars fought, eventually ending in Vestral's destruction and the cursing of Kalbeshian lands, now known as the Curse of Vestral. What else do you know about this being? You don't know about that, but the guy already told you about that, so we're good there. Do you have any specific questions you can ask so I can control F for some of these?
Specific questions. I don't think so because Renee was kind of asked not to share information, so she
Gotcha.
covered any things I might have.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Beyond that, they are a Fey Lord. Essentially, they treat them the same as you would a patron, or the same as you would a lesser deity, except for patrons and like deities tend to not have to deal with, pacts that lock them from being able to do a lot of stuff. They do have some issues though, such as other extraplanar bindings and whatnot. Yeah, they're essentially exceedingly powerful. They have a stat block. You don't want to fight them.
CR
Yes.
30?
CR is don't fight me. CR is if you guys fail to stop them from summoning Vestral, the likelihood of feeding this enemy is low. It's not zero, but with this particular party's comp, I would say it's not great.
See, we just summon our patrons and then watch them do a mega
Kaiju battle with the
each other.
patrons.
Alright, so we're gonna kaiju battle
effectively think of Vestral as Sauron.
Hestia.
They're Sauron. You guys are a bunch of you're this.
I don't know. The
I'm gonna
Tinkerer
call my
could
dad
give
on
Hestia a
Vestral.
gun. What if the Tinker gave Hestia a gun?
I'm gonna. You all have. You guys are all the ones that have legitimately networked and you have like a good corporate network of people going on, and I'm just like, my dad got me a job and he's gonna come beat you up.
Hey, we should call on your dad too. That's a good plan.
My dad works at fucking Nintendo, he'll ban you. Fucking.
My dad worked for Microsoft Bimbo.
I love the idea of the Tinkerer being summoned and handing a god a gun to fight another god.
Come on.
But yes, that's
gun.
Unless you have anything leading, that is the gist of what she will provide you.
Yeah, that's all the questions Renee has for her.
All right, very good. And that means we can return back to the Temple of the Warden.
Oh God.
I have a singular question about the Temple of the Warden.
Closes 20 tabs.
Yes.
am I pinging like I did in the Grove, in the
You're not
Unicorn
comfortable
Grove?
here, but you're not pinging, no.
Cool. Just wondering. Just double, triple checking.
Not yet. Not until you walk into the inner sanctum.
That'll be fun. We'll see what happens. I'll try.
Anyways, whenever you guys are ready, yeah.
Am I low key just passed out underneath the?
No, I didn't want to put you in one of the lower bedrooms because they're over here, and I didn't know exactly where the beds were. But yeah.
I find it funny that I'm just. You know what? It seems completely implausible that I'm just schnoozing under the stairs.
Yeah. Mhm.
At a
Fucking twisted.
appropriately secure time, Renee would have shared what she learned about Vestral from Nemelphia.
All right then.
Sick.
You guys are good to move, to maneuver as you see fit.
Didn't they say they were going to come and get us after they had finished their rituals and stuff?
Yeah.
What? Even Samuel.
I'm saying you
is
guys can do some
planned
stuff
for
while you're waiting.
today.
Or you guys can just skip ahead, but it seems like you have a plan, so.
You know what? I'm gonna
We
unsnap.
could go fight that mimic over there.
We could definitely go fight that mimic.
Mimic.
Good plan. Fight mimic. Good plan.
See that mimic over there? That is definitely a mimic. I've been an adventurer for a while. That there is a mimic.
Oh, right, the gazebo.
Ma'am, I think that's just a gazebo.
No, that is a mimic. It is a good mimic, but it is a mimic nonetheless.
Ma'am,
What is the gazebo doing?
You can
think
tell that it's
just
not a gazebo by the lack of swimming pools and dance floors.
No,
You're
have
the
no
only
one
one that
down that
understands that joke, Max.
I don't even know what it's a reference to, but I know but I know I've seen it somewhere. I'm not crazy.
God.
You're insane.
Didn't we send it into general last time?
I don't know, man. But hey, gazebo. We're not fighting a house. Now, a warehouse, I've seen a couple of those. Those we should steer clear of.
Okay, but that's not a house. It's a gazebo and it's a mimic.
It's a building. It is
It
a
is a mimic.
porch. But that's
there
the entire building,
is a
is that
mimic.
it's a porch.
If we're all willing to ignore the mimic, then I will also ignore the mimic, but that is a mimic.
It's just a porch, but made
That
into
is
a
a mimic,
building.
John.
That's what a gazebo is. It's just a porch.
John, do you know what a mimic is?
Do you need me to go walk out onto that porch and just stand
No, I'm not
there
expecting
for
you to risk your life to prove a
I'm
point.
gonna
just
go
saying we
stand
should
in a
avoid the
fucking
mimic.
gazebo, I swear to
Ixon starts trying to squeeze out the door.
Excuse me, boy, excuse me.
Hey guys,
excuse
can I get your
Thank you.
opinion on something?
Sure.
Yeah.
So-
I agree, that is a mimic.
So, I've been recently
I can
promoted
see
to an augur, and I've been thinking about maybe going by a new nickname. So maybe I could call myself Paul the Augur, or Pogger for short.
I'm going, Max, what's your
Okay.
address? I need to murder you.
Alright,
I need to kill you.
I'm giving you the
feel
shade
like-
corner. 1 second.
I feel
Ethan,
like
get me.
this is some sort of
I did it.
Matagami
I got through the shade corner.
bullshit that you've been
Don't have the happy
spewing
corner
as of
anymore. That's
late.
gone. You're just shamed now.
Wait,
No.
are you sure you
Max,
don't
I
like
know where you
being
live. I thought-
Paul the Big Robe? The PBR, one would say.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand and show Floof. Cat, you better be following. I swear to God.
Ixon is playing in the snow. He's having a time.
John is going to
Alright.
go.
Yay.
Alright, she
like-
says,
like-
come on, we're gonna go fight this mimic!
He's gonna stand here.
And she's gonna pull out her bow.
And assuming Floof is following, he's going to
I
stare
am.
directly at her in the eye. I can move the Floof token. And he's just gonna take a very, like, meaningful, like,
Ready for the
step.
bowl.
Just,
Alright, she's gonna release an arrow onto that Not at John, just at the
I'm just-
mimic.
Make me attack roll.
The quote
I
unquote.
am standing in the gazebo. This is just a porch, seemingly made of marble. I can't tell what the hell this is.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Flesh, wood, I can't tell.
Sage is just
Okay.
gonna be like, and roll initiative.
Terrible is John just died. If you really want to kill John, I'll fully let you do it right now if I just make you killed by gazebo.
Death by
It-
gazebo.
If you really want John dead,
When
Here's your
Floof
chance.
rolls to attack the mimic, Ixon is also going to go bite it.
Okay. Make me attack roll.
You're
three.
gonna
plus
get kicked out of here.
this is just
gonna-
a porch.
All right.
But outside.
The arrow flies forward and shoots, scraping some of the stonework and deflected, flying off into the ocean below.
God damn.
Numb.
That is one strong mimic.
Numb.
This is
I'm
actually
gonna-
a
he's
really
gonna
nice
chew on it.
view.
On
But this
hearing
is
this, I'm
also
gonna walk
just a
outside.
porch, but outside. Are there chairs
He-
in the
There are chairs. Yes, there's
Gazebo?
a table and a couple chairs, and there's a teapot. Although it is
like a
not,
hanging swing?
no, there's not a hanging swing now.
Ah, damn. Well, that's actually an oxymoron, but you knew what I meant.
Oh, yeah, wait.
What are you guys doing out here?
They
We're
think this
fighting
is a
mimic.
fucking mimic. It's a porch, but that's
Ixon's
the
gonna bite it.
entire building.
The Pogger says it is not a mimic.
That is not catching on, Paul.
I'm not going to call you the Pogger Ball.
The bite,
You could not pay me enough corn.
you chip a tooth as you bite into the stonework of the
Okay.
gazebo.
I'm going back inside. Do we know
I
if they
mean-
have any coffee here? I've not had a good cup of joe in a while.
Let's see, I think if I did my math right, yeah, D10, D8 plus 10.
I'm gonna roll with investigation to try and find some coffee.
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 Hey, it's important, Sage. Coffee.
Floof still kind of feels like it could be a
Wicked
mimic.
pizza.
I think I
Floof
have
kind of feels like it could be a mimic, but is also satisfied.
The stonework seems to be only slightly scraped from your bite.
Num, num, num. Hey, Ixon, stop that. You could hurt your teeth, Ixon.
That's a 6 to try and
He's
find
trying
some
to help us
coffee.
fight this
You
mimic.
don't find any coffee in this place, which is weird because you can smell coffee.
I can smell coffee. Okay, am I just blind? Don't answer that fully, but I smell coffee. Is there coffee going?
At this point,
I think you're just having a stroke, John.
That
No,
is-
that's toast.
Ooh, look, a guest.
At this point, Rahil will enter into the building carrying a tray, pot atop it, steaming, smells like coffee, and several cups.
How do where's there's Snapgrid.
There it is, John.
That's where it is. Okay, I'm not losing my mind just yet.
Look
I
at these
figured,
people, all they're bringing snacks.
You all could have some refreshments. We're nearly ready, by the way.
It's very appreciated. Thank you.
We'll place the
Thank you.
cups down here and passing things out.
John is going to spike his.
Where are the others?
They think that your gazebo is a mimic.
She's
I don't
gonna
think they know
narrow
what a
her eyes at
gazebo
you.
is. Yeah, no,
No,
John
she
is
does that. To,
instant-
she does that to the drink spiking.
Oh, that, yeah, no.
To the gazebo thing. She again. Every time adventurers come this way. Every time.
This has happened more than it's just a porch. That's
Every-
outside.
I told you
Every
it looked
time.
like a mimic.
Every time a member of the Draconis Legion comes here, they swear it's a mimic.
Do people not know what an outdoor porch is? It's God.
That there's a
Apparently.
mimic.
Right,
Gazebo.
excuse me.
So strange.
Are there also?
Oh my
are there
God.
gazebos
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
watch
in
everyone.
Aetherstone?
Watch as I dispel the illusion of this mimic. She
I've
casts.
been actively.
She casts dispel magic at the gazebo.
Oh,
The
Wow.
gazebo flashes a white light. It is now gone. It is no longer a mimic.
Thank you. It's
Are you
very
making fun of me?
appreciated.
I'm going back inside now. There's coffee
Thank
if you
you.
want it.
It's really good.
I do want coffee, actually. She'll follow you.
your name is the Sin Max, and I might.
We
leave the
should
call.
not give the we should not give the cat coffee.
Oh God, I hate you. Now,
Cats can have a little coffee.
I keep on forgetting to buy coffee in town. This is wonderful.
John, I think I have an idea. Would you allow the Pogger to drop some wisdom on you?
Oh my god.
I'm not going to respond if you keep calling yourself the Pogger. The Pogger! How about this? How about this to get it through to you, Paul? The Pogger is not on the contract. I am not assigned to keep safe a Pogger.
I'm gonna move you.
Oof.
Nonetheless, you like coffee and you like beans, right?
Beans
Where the
are.
fuck is this going?
I've still got one can. I'm either saving it to throw it at a demon or something, or to eat it. Hopefully, eat it.
What if you combined the two to make coffee and bean soup?
I think that is a horrid idea. And that I would get sick. Now,
Hey, say,
coffee and bourbon.
Very quick.
Check what,
Coffee and
what?
bourbon, now that is. I fully recommend it. I think I have enough to share. As long as this place does have alcohol in it somewhere. If not, I've got 2 days left of alcohol.
Oh. I'm gonna have to pay for some soon.
This is not a tavern in full technicality. I'll let you off on that.
Right then, you any of you need breakfast?
I'm gonna guess 50.
Luke nods.
I would love some
I
breakfast.
would love some breakfast, please, and thank you.
Yes,
I-
please.
I'll be back in a moment.
Happy
Look
head
who got
nodding.
She looks back over her shoulder.
There is a dragon on top of the gazebo.
Son of a bitch. She looks back. It is a 2-story building. You might not be able to see that.
Alright, she's going to the temple. She'll be back in a bit. You guys have a moment before she comes back. Do you want to do anything?
We are the biggest group of idiots this library's ever seen.
No.
If the
I'm
Draconis
pretty
Legion
sure
comes
that's the-
here,
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's the Draconis Legion. Also, they're just gonna stand in that corner on top of some barrels there, Hugh.
oh, I don't have map tools open.
Okay, hold on.
I'm big chill. I'm big chillin'.
Yeah, she's just big chilling on some barrels. You know what? You're going back.
Big chillin', he's playing freaking League.
He's vibing. Okay.
Is there a T-post status?
Well, now, I have heard of gorillas on top of barrels, but bears? Not too often.
Nah, bears ride unicycles.
They do. I think I've seen that once. That might have actually been a
sadly
part of
cannot
that
ride a
play,
unicycle.
actually.
I think you're right, actually.
You know, I think that was a part of that. That nearly made me forget what I was there for. That was entertaining. Also, without type, I'm John. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
JC, what are you doing, JC?
what?
What? What'd I do?
I know that's
am
you.
impersonating Ada.
You're the only one who knows how to do that.
I have no. What the hell?
What?
If you right-click your token, you can impersonate them, so you can speak as them.
Why do I have no H in my name?
On your token, you don't have an H.
There is. John's name is not spelt fancily.
I thought like less syllables the better.
John Belly.
There's one
Same amount of syllable.
What's the
One
word for letters?
Prove your new
Con-
title.
Is that Max?
How do I do? I don't know how to do that.
No,
Oh, there
okay.
it is.
God damn it. Anyways, at this point in time, Rahil will return carrying a tray full of what appears to be sandwiches. There you are.
Sammy's.
Sammy's.
What kind of sandwiches? Are they tuna?
They are not tuna.
What do I owe you?
Oh, it's free. You're our guests yet.
Yeah, still not used to that. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you.
And in terms of the sandwiches,
Ham and Swiss.
you can have what you want to be. They don't actually have
Tuna.
like diced tuna to the point where it's a paste. So if you want a tuna
Right.
sandwich, it's gonna be like
So
tuna skin.
this
not
is
skin, but like slices.
the Italian
Sounds amazing.
roll with fucking vinaigrette, a pinch of spicy mustard. No.
Oh yes. Well, it's up to you what your sandwich is. It doesn't really matter too much. It's a sandwich. They're not poisoning you.
Hey,
They're not poisoning.
what's the quality of the sandwich?
Damn.
It's decent.
God damn it. I'm sure good ham and swim.
Ada is going to pull out some ingredients from her pack and make it better.
Oh my god.
It's
I tried, but that was me flavoring using a food token.
okay. Well, if you've ever been to Subway or another sandwich place and you ask them to put all the meat on one sandwich, it sounds like a good idea. It's a mistake.
Have you done that?
I had done that.
speaking.
Yes. When I
Okay.
was working at Subway,
Oh boy.
I was like, you know what? I'm given a free foot long from every time I'm working a shift. I'm gonna have one of them, one of my halves, just be every meat. It was horrible. It was not good.
The only thing I get from Subway is meatball subs, and now I really want a meatball sub.
Dude, I was so sad. We have a Subway in our student union building, and I went there out of desperation. I don't usually eat Subway if I can help it. I went there out of desperation to not eat cafeteria food. And I was like, let me get a meatball sub. And they're like, we're out of meatballs. And all I could think is, what is the purpose of this building if you do not have meatballs?
What is the purpose? Yo, we should go vibe and get some Sammys. Either way.
Anyways,
Digress.
when you're all ready, we are ready for you in the chapel. When you're done eating, of course.
Very appreciated.
She'll give a nod, take the tray, and we'll head on out.
I will demolish the sandwich in front of me.
Excellent.
Like I hadn't eaten in days.
This sure has been a fascinating day. Morning even. It is morning. My perception of time is fading quickly.
Eating noises.
They do go burn. I will run downstairs and
Renea
make the
finishes
quickest
quickly
transfer.
and is pretty much the first to the chapel.
All right. I'm gonna
The show takes his time with his sandwich, and then it follows.
Oh, look at
John is gonna eat half of it here and just like walk and eat the other half.
I will
Just
head
probably
out towards
gonna
the
go
chapel.
about the same time as the show.
teleportation.
So how much sandwiches did they give us? Did they give enough for like Ixon to have some nums?
There were extra sandwiches. Yes.
They feed me
Everyone
guys.
Ixon had
everyone
a
has
time
food.
eating those sandwiches.
Everyone had food.
Okay, just
Alright.
making sure.
As you
Food's
approach,
important.
entering through the building, you can see that the doors themselves are already opened, but the threshold, as you cross it, does not have a cool breeze pouring in from the outside. It seems to be a warming spell, keeping the chapel itself warm. Not overly warm. I would say like a decent 76, 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's hot, Sage.
No, 78's fucking great.
78's I.
So
That's
if
a
you're
sick-
talking about hot, that's like 90 degrees. That is toasty.
Yeah.
We're talking
That
about
is
something
hot.
that you can walk around in a t-shirt in.
It's 80 in my room.
That's
right
like
now.
50
That's
degrees.
fucking
No,
cold.
that
You're
is
insane.
cold.
Bro.
My hands
Bro.
can be
Jacket
frozen.
weather.
My
Hands will be
room.
cold. Now,
Granted, I keep my room at a solid 30 degrees,
yeah,
but
now
like,
if you're talking about
Jesus.
bedrooms, yes, it can be colder. But this is like a I want to hang out and play some video games with my friends type of thing. Not like I want to die of cold while I sleep in my warm blanket. Anyways, it's about 76, 78. It's moderately temperate.
That's good.
So
John,
the chapel
pull
itself
out
is cool.
your thermometer and check.
Okay.
I'm
Anyways,
joking. I don't have a thermometer. I could press digitate one probably.
as you begin to move through the chapel, you can see that there are a few priests currently hanging out just in front of you. One of which seems to be dressed in golden armor with vibrant pink hair, pale skin, and the symbol of Ayamade upon her shield. The one she is currently talking to appears to be an elf, moon elf descendant, pale white skin, somewhat grayish, with white hair, long pointed elven ears, and the symbol of Iomedae upon her tabard. They both appear to be warrior priests, paladins, essentially. But as you approach, they would swiftly stop their conversation. Oh, welcome, welcome. Um, we were told to take you on over to the priest, to our master, Josiah Ward, since you are all now ready. So if you would gather up, orderly line, we'll head on right there.
Renea will lead the line, I guess.
Guess I should snap to group now.
Oh, you can unsnap. You're not in combat section right now.
Okay. Well, he said an orderly line, and then I realized this is not a good map to be in an orderly line snapped to.
Yeah. Right. All right. Do you follow?
Yes.
Do any of
Yes.
you not go into an orderly line?
No, I'm in an orderly line.
No, I'm in the order line.
Middle school vibes.
Well,
Lining up
well,
to go
you
to the
know.
library.
Orderly is a relative term.
For us, it really is.
Just pretend that we're in order.
Yeah. You know, orderly as
mind.
this group can manage. Like, let's be real. You know, we can like double fashion it. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Roughly ordered.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. There we
I
go.
don't know what to
Big
expect from
asterisk.
us.
You know, I'm starting to think my alignment is actually neutral good, not chaotic good,
Just gonna-
Yeah.
compared to the more chaotic members of the party.
All right.
I just don't compare.
Bro, I'm dead ass neutral.
Bro, lawful. Get with it.
You're an anarchist. What are you talking about?
As you begin to
You
draw
don't pay
forward,
taxes.
you can see that there is a procession sitting upon the pews within the chapel itself. Josiah Ward has just finished his sermon as he is putting away his Bible. The woman next to him, likewise holding what appears to be a censer, filling the chamber with light smell of incense, although the smoke within it is swiftly dimming. She would step to the side as Josiah would give a nod and make way down this chapel steps. These all would stand up from their pews, and some would give you friendly nods, waves, greetings, all that good stuff, standard things like that. If you guys want to interact with him, Gouda. Rahael, the one that you've met thus far, she would give a friendly nod to most of you. A little bit of a please don't break anything type of look to Floofster and Ixon. Other than that, though, they would stand up and make way to their various locations so they can, do their job. I'm gonna make them not visible.
Who are these statues of?
These statues are of angels. Specifically, most of these are of angels of protection, of guidance, of travel and the like. The large one, though, is a statue of Iomedae. I don't actually have a statue of Iomedae, so this one will work just fine. And in terms of what Iomedae looks like, since that is a depiction of her. 1 second.
Do I recognize any of the angel statues?
No.
Do I know anything about this religion in frickin' general?
You can roll me a religion.
Ha ha ha. Alright, I'll try. Let me double check. Religion.
Flip
Yeah,
is
that
also
makes
going to try.
sense.
I believe I rolled
9.
religion once before
Let's see
when
here. DDs.
Ignatius said it. All I know, she's a god of justice. That's her
Oh
stake.
yeah, the one. I remember.
Oh, I got 15.
Diomedes now. Did Ignatius worship her?
He did.
He did.
Wonder how he's doing.
All right. Let's see here.
While rampaging through the abyss. Really wonder how that kid's doing rampaging around in the abyss.
One of your future employees at work, John.
That was all in character, by the way.
Oh,
my
it
goodness.
was it?
Let me
I
drag
never
and
said
drop you.
otherwise.
There we go.
Can I even use the general sort of John's role?
Ooh, that's big. That
That
is
was in character.
Ayamade.
Holy! Well,
Oh, jeez.
I was zoomed in to write it. What a wonderful day.
It's a big question mark.
No,
Oh, there it is. Okay,
There
there
it
we
is.
go.
God damn.
That is
Interesting.
the depiction of the main statue within this chapel.
Okay, I don't
This
know what
picture
the
is
shit
big
that
as the
is.
chapel.
All right. I wanted to, show
Yeah, they just
clarity.
have a guy standing on the roof.
Really do wonder how that kid's doing roaming around in the abyss.
But as you are passing by, you can see that there are a few priests in silent prayer upon these specific angels, Guardian and Travel. But you would see the man who was giving the sermon would walk down the steps. He is dressed in a fine set of robes. He has a long, scraggly brown beard, long brown hair that is tucked away in a ponytail. His hood is brought down, is no longer up as he was giving his prayer. And let me go drop his hand up for you guys as well.
Wait, hold on.
His token looks sick.
Scraggly
He looks
beard
sick.
and hair in a ponytail.
I'm gonna just snipping tool this, man. I'm gonna use this someday.
There you go.
He sounds a little bit like you, Sage.
I'm also gonna snip that character art because it's pretty good.
He's sick. I'm stealing this. Don't be surprised if I just like make him and we come back and it's like, man, you're a handsome devil.
All right. That is
I
Josiah.
stole Sage's magic shop in DC, the half tiefling, half Asimar.
Man, just go commission your own art. It's fun.
These two
No.
would move forward to the end of the carpet. Meister Ward, the guests have arrived and they are ready for you. Excellent, excellent. Come forward, come forward. You had questions. I will provide what I can to answer you. But know that what we have to offer is somewhat limited, I'm afraid. We are a relatively secluded chapel, after all. And these two will give a bow and make way to the side, guarding either of these pillars. Tova will continue packing away her censer, and then we'll take down the steps and pack it away on the shelf here. Yes, what can I do for you?
I was told to come here by a celestial with whom I have a connection, who said this place would be helpful to me on my journey.
Interesting. And what is this celestial's name?
His common name is Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. 1 second. NPCs. Here we go.
He told me this was a place at least partially dedicated to him.
You speak of the Watchful One. Yes. We have many patrons of the angelic persuasion here, but Ezekiel I would consider to be our true patron. Beyond Our Lady, of course, and he'll mention a motion towards the statue of Ayamade. Ezekiel, after all, is one of her staunchest of supporters. But I wondered why Ezekiel told you to come here. Was there a specific reason for this?
He communicated with me in a vision recently, revealing a great danger associated with the troubles down south. And I asked him if there was somewhere I could go to acquire the strength to protect people, and he suggested here.
I see. Well, he was not wrong in his guidance. We do have means that can empower those who follow his particular ways of life. There is a trial of faith and of personal strength. This trial can be taken by any among your party, although I will warn, this trial will test your soul just as much as it tests your skill. If you do not believe you are ready for it, I would advise that you hold back.
Can only one of us take it?
You all are all able to take the trial.
Hold on. Pause button. Trial for what?
A trial of soul and body.
Vi- Visibly uncomfortable there.
Can you elaborate more on this?
Who you asking?
The dude.
Well, the trial is different for many individuals. Sometimes they share particular aspects of the trial, but it seeks to test yourself, your being, your soul, your body, and that is very vague, I understand, but beyond that, it's the end result is that you are gifted a boon from Ezekiel himself. You might even be gifted a greater boon or a blessing from Ayamade.
Would
Well,
being one who is descended from his bloodline assist one in this trial?
It could. I cannot say for sure. We have not had any descendants of Ezekiel come through our doors.
How about a scion?
A scion of Ezekiel?
No, of anyone.
Oh, we've had a few of Ayamade, um, as well as a few Caden Kalians on a drunken dare. They were swiftly turned away.
I'm not drunk. Are you still gonna turn me away?
No.
Okay.
Drunken debauchery has its place, but not in these trials. Unlike
now
the
So
Starstone trials. You'll rub a stemple.
I
then, would I
do.
be the first of my brethren to actually just be allowed into the trial?
No, we've had many among the faithful. The first of the scions, I would say, though.
All right.
Now, I do apologize for my condition. I can't let certain thoughts creep in. Long story, but I do apologize for my drunken state. But
Uh,
Uh,
what?
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 okay.
uh,
Who'd we lose?
Did someone leave?
that was
I-
Fliff.
Okay. Never mind. We go forth.
Okay.
But
I can fix this issue if you are of sound mind.
define sound
question.
mind, friend.
Well, let me rephrase this. Those who attempted to take the trial in a drunken stupor, they entered the temple not entirely clothed and not entirely. Um, they were defiling the temple's grounds, we will say.
So those who
You are
can't handle
clothed.
their drink.
Yes, you are clothed.
Okay.
You are speaking coherently. You are not slurring your words. I can clear up your intoxication if you wish, but you seem to be fine.
No. That's Thank you. No, I need to stay.
We have
In
had a
neither.
few drunken masters through our halls before, so it is understandable.
You know, I like that term. I might steal it. Thank you.
You're not skilled with unarmed combat.
Well,
Gun.
kind of.
He's quite
John
literally
will.
unarmed.
I know.
John will. It's like well, kind of in a humorous sense, as he'll lift up the left side of the poncho,
Ooh.
sort of,
Uh,
in a sort of way.
Ada will speak up from the back. Has anyone gotten too hurt, like died, trying these tests?
yes.
Uncomfortable face.
You shouldn't worry about that for the most part if you are all members within a descendant of Ezekiel's party. None of you are demon worshippers of the like, so you should be fine.
John, uncomfortable shifting.
Demon worshipper.
Nah, hey,
Demon
John's not a
worshiper.
demon. Hey, he smoked a soul cigar. Sure, it was a great cigar. He wants to do it again, but
I was also led to understand that there were archives here of knowledge.
Yes, we do have archives down below and up above.
Would those archives assist in this trial? Or do you have to pass a trial to get to see the archives?
Well, first you have to be initiated within our clergy to be allowed to see the archives. You are among the faithful, at least of Ezekiel, so that does have some allowance there. But I would say for you to be allowed, you would need to pass the trial first.
So, even serving Ezekiel as a warlock and one of his blooded descendants.
I've had many adventurers come through my doors, many of which claim to be many things. This is the first time I've heard of one claiming to be a great grandchild, you said, or something like that, of Ezekiel. So it's a first, certainly. But taking people at face value, last time that happened, we had to clean blood from our floors for a week. So, while I trust you, I would rather the trial be completed first. For safety's
Alright.
sake.
I will attempt the trial then.
Very good. Now, who else among you will take this trial?
I ain't no stranger to trials and bargains.
I
I'm
shall.
for it.
I'm just gonna...
I will also try.
I will try.
The lawful evil party member
Ada
attempting an
and
angel
Ixon
trial.
both raise their hands
Hey,
slash
man.
claws.
Hey, I'm still lawful.
Alright, we're just looking at Vaz now.
I'm mega hesitant.
As Ada is walking by Vaz, you don't have to if you don't want to. No pressure.
No pressure. Everyone else is like,
You-
yeah.
You can always take it later if you decide to.
Just a smidgen of pressure.
Okay, you know what? No, I'm taking Gil out of the box. This Gil will make my decision.
Do you want to use the fuck die?
Do you want to use the fuck die? Actually, fuck
Oh,
die's
no.
not here
I
still.
have to remake the fuck die! Oh no!
Again.
Gil
I'm
it is.
using Gil. I'm using Gil.
High as you do it.
1 through 10 is no. 11 through 20, yes. Oh, it landed on my keyboard 17, so it's a yes.
All right.
Alright.
Well,
Now the question is it a group trial or an individual trial?
I guarantee this is going to be individual.
Alright. I will continue adding the fuck
I
die
don't
in a
even
bit,
know it.
but I have the basis. For the
I-
third time, I will be
I'm
making
like-
this dice.
I love the fuck die so much.
Fuck.
Alright. Well, if you all will follow me, we'll be going down into the catacombs below.
Sure.
He will go down here.
right.
Ophira
Swoop
and
on our way
Kilantha
down.
will follow you.
Swoop on our way down would like to give bardic inspiration to Desho and to Paul, as they are the smart ones and probably the ones that we're going to need in there the most.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's see
Thank you.
here. Let me zoom out.
Yo.
Go to the interior of the catacombs. Delete that.
What does heroism potion do again? I do apologize.
Grants bless and temp HP
Cool.
for an hour.
What's blessed do?
Bless
D4 on attack rolls and saving.
Okay.
All right, that is everyone. Just drag. Blah 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 blah.
We're getting
Do
Chef
I
Debt.
drink this?
All right, 1 second. I'm just organizing you guys.
Too bad these guys don't have like a DNA test or anything like that.
What? How the fuck do you
Magic.
It's,
Also, are we
Aetherstorm
supposed to be
me.
keeping it under
it's like
wraps
the
that
equivalent
you're
of the year 1450.
from Seeklane?
Yeah, I was also under the impression that we were keeping this a secret for now.
Because isn't your bloodline
Yes.
really important? We can't have that
Yes,
getting out.
but
I
this
hope it's not
seems like
attracting evil people.
one of the times that it might be important to say it.
All right.
Which is
As you
why I did it.
guys move down the stairwell, Ixen scraping along the walls of the stairwell as they are a large creature going down a medium staircase. You eventually descend down into what appears to be a small crypt. A fine woven rug leads out and forward into another statue depicting that of an angel. 6 wings, red painted hair. They do have paintings that are not like old where their paint's lost and all that like normal stuff. But here's the picture. That's the statue.
Holy fuck. Jeez. Where do you find
Dude.
me?
Jealous of that hair. Holy shit.
And that is a Kausalean
And that's Renea's weapon that she summons.
Oh, that's cool.
for
Hot
spiritual
boy.
weapon.
All right, here we go.
Wonderful.
You see to the south of you, though, as you exit out of the stairwell and into the larger chamber, there is a wall filled with glowing white runes. Josiah, however, is moving northward.
Are
Mind
the
if I ask what
runes
the
in
runes are
Celestial
for?
by any chance?
They are.
What do they say?
They are ever shifting and moving through, kind of like a neon sign that kind of scrolls through words. What the gist is, as you glance over at it, and it would take more time
Buy
to get
more
the full
smokes.
thing. It seems to be a story of Ayamade. Her initiation, her rise to divinity.
Ah, so her good old trial of the Starstone, her
Yes.
smiting of the Lich.
Essentially, yes.
Nah, actually, the writing on the wall is British, and it's calling you a waffle, mate.
God damn no.
Waffle in it.
All right.
Shut up, you waffle.
All right. As he gets to this intersection here, he will nod at Ophira and Kalantha. Will you activate the doors? Of course. Of course. They'll make their way down this way and down this way. As they go to these spheres down here. Alright, it'll just be a moment. Also, I don't know why that's visible. I thought I had a token layer on there. 1 second. Bam.
Well, if I am to die from this, as is my per usual, bury me in a whiskey cask.
Try my hardest.
That is a strange request. Alright.
Well, if you have to, just burn me to fit me in there. Just spread the ashes. I don't overly care.
At this point...
I can bring you back to life. You know that,
A
right?
friend of mine needs me to do a favor really quickly. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Okay. At this point, you all would hear the sound...
Never mind. I'll be in a bit.
Alright.
Be good for right now.
Very good. At this point, though, you all would hear the sound of magical whooshing sounds, kind of like a generator powering on, and then the sound of crackling lightning from both the west and the east. The wards have been lowered. We are good to move forward now.
Oh,
You will move on through to this door here and move to here. I'm just going to shucky ducky you. Do any of you guys hang back?
Nope.
I do not.
Are
Now
we
we-
all getting shucky ducked over here?
Shucky ducked.
Yeet.
Drakadak.
All right. And here we are. I'll rise up to the pedestal here where there is a lone brass brazier. It is not lit, there is no flame within it, but on either side of this chamber there is a small alcove that leads to a stone plinth. It is lit with a vibrant white and yellow fire. There's an altar at the far end, seemingly holding various incense racks and offering bowl and some candles. But he would stand next to the center pedestal. Step forward.
Renea will step forward.
How forward we talking? Like up to the plinth?
To the pedestal itself. I'll step
This
off.
is a
Floof's
load of
gonna go reach out and touch it.
I was going to say to do that, but okay, you're way ahead of me.
No, no, okay.
As soon as Floof touches it, their fur all begins to rise up as if they are seeing an enemy, like a cat seeing another cat, and they're like, their eyes go white, and they are no longer hearing anything that's going on right now.
Oh no, not again.
I need to go change
last-
the ambience real quick.
One last swig, gentlemen. Thank you kindly if this goes
No.
poorly.
Now place your hands upon the pedestal.
I do so.
I do so.
I do so.
Renea will cast guidance and then do so.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
And wait, hold
My
on.
name
No.
is
Yes. Shut the fuck up. You.
Yeah, guidance. I'll
You.
save enhance ability. I don't know what ability I need to enhance, so
You.
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 I have no
You.
idea what you're
You.
talking about.
You.
You.
This is getting out.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 4 of them.
Oh, no.
Oh god.
You.
Okay.
Okay, the meme is over. It was funny while it lasted.
Sage is just gonna smite us all.
One
Power
second.
kill.
So,
Power.
as you all place your hand upon the pedestal, the center brazier lights up with a vibrant white fire, flickering with flecks of yellow. Or, sorry, actually, I already have a fire there. Flickering with flecks of yellow. This image itself does not have yellow, but it's blue, so just assume it's yellow. Boop. Look at me being somewhat prepared, half prepared.
Wow.
Oh, did anyone hear me when I said I put bless on Ada, Ixen, and Paul?
No, that's good to know.
Oh, cool.
No.
Excellent.
I just got brought a fucking enchilada.
Inspiration.
To
and-
share, John.
Anyways,
No.
your vision all goes white. All around you is a empty void. Suddenly, Floof pops into existence, followed by Renea, Desho, Paul, John, Ada, Vaz. Ixen does not appear.
Humans only, I guess.
Their soul is
humanoids
bound to
only.
Ada.
Wait.
They're a companion creature. They cannot gain the spoon.
Okay.
Oh.
That's why. But as you all appear one by one within the void, at this point in time, I need everyone, starting clockwise from Renea. What is your alignment?
Oh, starting with me.
Starting with Renea. Renea.
Chaotic good, bordering on neutral good, I guess.
Paul, not Pogger.
uh, at the moment, neutral good.
Neutral, good. All right. Desho.
Neutral good.
All right. John.
Lawful evil.
Flooster.
I would say I'm chaotic good, bordering on chaotic neutral.
Vaz.
True neutral.
And Ada. All right, you already got it. Lawful good for Ada. All right. Everyone who is currently of evil alignment, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Can do, buckaroo.
Lucky you have proficiency in that.
Fails.
Motherfucker
Killed.
vanished.
I do. Saving throw.
Ixon is no longer a happy guy, by the way. He does
22.
not have the song.
Oh, fuck.
The DC is 25. You fail.
The DC is 22 and a half. You fail.
All right. You feel immense pain, John, as your body enters within this chamber. But it soon subsides, as you seem to come to grips with where you are and what pain your soul has suffered. At this point in time, everyone finds themselves within this chamber and able to move about as they see fit. You are basically in a giant, empty plane where everything is white. Floor, walls, ceiling, all that good stuff. But
John.
from this, though, there is a ring surrounding John. A ring of black smoke, kind of circling around him, around his torso, focusing around his heart area.
You good there, John?
John did, as he kind of spawned in here for those who were there, and also those for after. It took him a moment. He was kind of collapsed over on his knees, clutching at where his arm used to be. Before
Can
getting up,
I
taking a
put this up here?
Can you what?
deep breath. Just, yep, I'm good. I'm good.
Move us into the white circle, so it's more ambience.
I mean, I can just
I
do
will
this.
roll.
Oh, you made an actual white circle.
Wow. Actual white circle.
There you go.
I'm gonna make a deception there at disadvantage.
And we've been checked out.
And that's a 1.
And
That's
that's
a
a
natural
10
one.
total of, yep, nope, just reliving
I
some
mean-
old pain again.
I mean, I don't even have to roll insight. The unicorn's already told me.
Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a perception check, see if there is anything like anywhere around us.
Renee will summon
Your
her wings.
tokens, your macros are all gone. Remember, I had to make tokens.
Oh yeah, so that's here's my advantage. Cool,
All right.
because I used my wisdom eating token because wisdom eating is good.
All right. Looking around you, all is a white void. However, there is something within this void, far off. You don't really know directions, but for ease, we'll say west. There is a group of figures standing around in a semicircle, looking around confused.
Ada waves. Does she see herself wave?
One of the figures waves back.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, Ada's gonna go start walking towards the circle.
Same.
Renee will summon her wings, and then
They do not get summoned.
okay.
She hops in the air and just goes splat.
Well, she summons
The
them
show-
and then would take off.
Desho sees that happen, and he tries to summon his sword. Does anything?
Nope.
I
Gun?
try
John,
and
can you
cast
get your gun?
Diffuse Flame.
Can I make
Nothing happens.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if we're on like another plane of existence or something?
Yes, you can.
I'll help.
My hand's not here, is it?
20 plus.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Ada's just walking as everyone else is doing that.
Well,
This will
since my
follow.
wings don't work and I can't appear to
Wait.
cast any magic, I will also walk after Ada.
The command did not work. How do you do advantage?
D1. D
Okay.
drops the lowest of the 2 dice.
29.
All right. You are most certainly in an extra dimensional space, an alternate plane. One might
wait a
consider
second.
this a demi-plane.
I have bless, so that's 30.
Well, Bless doesn't apply to ability checks. It only applies to saves
Gotcha.
and attack rolls.
29. Okay.
But you are in a demi-plane. This is not like a plane connected to any particular individuals you are aware of, although it does seem to be connected to the temple itself. Yeah, it's. I don't know if 5e has create demi-plane as a spell, but it's that.
It does. It's
Okay.
8th level.
Yeah, it's a demi-plane.
Although it is pretty limited. It lets you make a room.
Oh, it's
That's
much more.
it.
It's much more like Pathfinder's version then.
So, are the figures about saying the same distance?
They are, yes.
Heads up, I will have to take a break in any minute now because stuff.
Well,
Okay.
then we will go with you first instead of Renea. And the question, as you are wandering through the vast void, you hear enter into your mind, each of you. Why do you fight? Let me go and green up a notepad so I can track your answer.
Okay.
Paul.
Because I should.
All right, I just need to go and get a quick little copy pasta for players so I can just do this for each of the question sets. To show.
Because it is right. Actually, I'm in that because that's what heroes do. Not even for the meme. That's my actual answer.
All right.
What?
John.
It's what I do.
All right. We then have our good friend Floof.
Okay, so Blue, out of curiosity, is going to try to lie and say for the fun of it.
Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no!
Curious. Almost did that in the wrong chat. I got a 15.
Wait. Oh, you took rogue first level. That's why you don't have charisma visions.
Yeah.
You feel immense sadness wash over you. You see a vision of your people, your friends, your family, your adventuring companions. You see yourself lying to them. First, it starts out as little lies, things just for fun of it. And then it gets worse and worse. Eventually, you see yourself bound away, locked within a cage, fur shorn. You see your companions holding the key, saying this is for your own good. They destroy the key and leave you to your devices. You suffer 19 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
Fair.
Yo, I just got hit by the
this
meanest
spell.
deja vu. Holy
I
shit.
know this spell.
You're-
It's so mean.
You are asked once more, why do you fight?
For my friends. That's what she says. She looks over to them, kind of blushes and looks away.
Okay. Vaz.
How does a cat blush?
They're
Ada
really
can see
careful.
it.
Why do you fight?
For honor.
Still me?
That was for Vaz.
Okay, sorry.
Why do you fight? This is for Ada.
For my people.
Renea.
Because we told.
Why do you fight?
for those I've lost, for those I may yet still save.
All right, let's see here. Answers. All right.
I'm surprised Paul's wasn't something like, well, that's a complicated answer. Why does anyone fight?
I'm not too happy with how John
Hypothetically, if
answered
I fight
that.
for this,
Oh man, I was caught off guard. I was panicking all the time from like the two people I had to think. I'm like, shit, fuck.
Well, let me ask you a question. Voice in my head.
So,
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Why does anyone fight?
you all see a small sphere of white light pop in front of everyone besides John.
John, you didn't get one.
Well, is that surprising, ma'am?
Let's see here.
No,
Um,
I reach
I
out and
reached
grab
a
mine.
he's evil.
all right. You reach out to grab the sphere of light in front of you, and it floats within your body. You feel warm. You feel at peace.
2 warm spots.
We will go counterclockwise this way, starting with Paul once more. Let me get
Okay.
the question in my document ready, so I have everyone set up. There we go. You are torn between two choices. One, to save your friends. Or two, to save the world. Which do you choose?
The world.
All right, and it goes to Renea.
I do all I can to save them both. But if I'm forced to
The all
make
options.
the sacrifice, the world, but hate myself for my choice.
All right. Ada.
The world.
Vaz.
The world.
Floof.
Floof is obviously struggling with this question, but then ultimately says, friends.
All right. John.
Man, I had 4 people to think about. The 5 actually.
That's why I went reverse, by the way, too.
Yes, no, thank you for the time that you've given me. But I'm having to think back. Lawful's very tricky because I'm like, fuck. His entire goal is to avenge his friend who died in the abyss, but he's also a man of contracts, which does state to kill a friend when that is needed. So I suppose his true goal. His friends.
Deshow.
You can't have friends without the world.
All right. Everyone sees a light appear in front of them. You hear in your minds, it is never an easy choice. your loved ones, or those you do not know. Even the bravest of hearts will find this task difficult. I only hope that you choose wisely in the end. Alright. At this point, the visions of your companions disperse. I'm going to start with Paul, if you are still here.
I'm still here, but I gotta make it quick.
Okay. Then in that case, we'll go with Renea first, and hopefully we'll be good. You'll be back by then.
Alrighty.
All right. We're going to be apples though. So.
Predicting Obi return.
Hello. I need to go put the music in this channel.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Was your choice of song, Renea's lament for her lost friends, intentional or accidental?
Yes.
Ah, yes, very, very clear.
Totally accidental.
Oh. I muted Dayman. When did I mute Dayman? Oh, and another. That's
Oh, this is the wrong music, I think. It should be music in this, right?
wind.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused. Copy. Clear. Play. There we go. Okay. So you can see yourself in the empty void. You see another here before you. Woman. Same build, same height, same hair color. Only they are crouched low, curled up in a ball, rocking back and forth, tears streaming down their eyes. I couldn't save them. I couldn't save them. They continue to rock, continuing to mutter that they could not save their friends. You hear in your mind, sometimes the deepest pain you can suffer is letting go, is learning when there is nothing else you can do. It is not all on your shoulders. This was to be your fate, but you chose. Be free of it. I wonder, do you still have this strength?
She'll kneel down next to the other Renea and put a hand on her shoulder and kind of help this other version of herself up into a hug. They gave their lives for me. So I will go on and do all I can to ensure no one else has to lose their lives.
Roll a persuasion.
I see a sort of chosen enhance ability on charisma. Is my guidance in effect or no?
It is.
Okay. Your syntax. 16.
All right. Would you like to add anything to this roll before I reveal results?
Let's add destiny.
All right. Roll notes. Renea, Destiny.
21.
All right. You feel a warmth embrace the both of you. There's 2, no 4, no 6 golden wings sprout forth from your backs, enshrouding you. You've learned to move on. So your vision returns back to the empty chamber. Your companions, not there, as they're going to be doing their own vision stuff. All right, you can go back. I'm going to drag Ada down.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going? You're muted.
Hello.
Hello. Excellent. Hello, indeed. All right. You find yourself alone in the chamber. Suddenly, there's another figure before you. Tall, similar build. Hair flowing like your own. You see yourself. You see yourself sitting upon a throne. Gold flowing from all around you. Servants heeding your beck and call. The vision extends. Outside the palace's throne room, out into the capital of your home city, you see battalions of soldiers, vast armies marching at your beck and call. You hear in your mind, ambition is one thing, but knowing when to let peace be, knowing when to give up ambition and let others rule, knowing when to trust your companions and knowing when to stop the violence. I wondered, do you think you'll be a good queen? Do you think that you can bring peace between yourself and the elves? Or will you be a conqueror? Will you lay claim to the empires outlying your lands?
I don't want to be queen to subjugate my people or others. Just merely do the best I can to help. Ada's reaction is very surprised and kind of aghast at seeing the battalion and legions of soldiers in front of her. Did I drop?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You would hear once more in your mind. And when you lead, would you lead with a firm hand or a kind hand?
I would rule with kindness, with the wisdom of my friends, and those I hold dear. I alone cannot make a good queen. Me and my friends and those I can trust will help me not to stray into a dark path.
And when darkness befalls your kingdom, will you stand ready to defend it? Will you kill when necessary? Or will you flee?
I died for my kingdom once. I would gladly do it again.
The wisdom of mortality fills you. Your vision will end, and you're back in the chamber with yourself and Renea.
There I go.
I'm gonna go and drag the next one down the line, but you can go back to the others.
Woo!
Let me grab Vaz. Oh, where's Vaz? There's Vaz. Hello! You ready?
Oh god, you pulled me from a conversation. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Alright. You see
Turn
yourself
that volume.
in an empty void. Your companion's no longer with you. And suddenly, appearing before you, is a copy of yourself.
Oh. Oh.
You see yourself working, toiling away, helping those in need, protecting those. Or at least it looks like it at first, until you realize an underhanded placement, a hand reaching out for coin, a gaze longingly looking outward.
What?
You have fought for coin. You have fought for adventure. You have fought for the ones you love. But you have abandoned your family.
I'll shake my head and just. They were not my family.
I was going to have more to that, but that kind of answered that question. So,
Yep. Haste. Haste. My varying ping is kind of screwing with everything.
hmm, true. Your family are not those that would leave you, that would betray your trust, that would not understand your truth. It is those who believe in you, your friends, your companions, those that you make it. But I wonder, is there not some hope left within you for your family, your people back home? Do you truly believe that they are lost to you?
No.
And there comes the question. Do you seek their guidance, or do you leave them?
I'm willing to give them a chance. Maybe I do seek their guidance.
The lesson of
They are.
redemption is within you. No, there is always a chance. It's never too late to save a friend, to reclaim a family. But if necessary, Some bridges must be burnt. With that, you are back in the chamber with yourself, Ada, and Renea, although I'm going to be dragging the next in line.
Ooh, that was deep as fuck.
Yeah, you can join your companions up top side. I'm going to grab Floof.
Dankeschön.
Yeah. Hello, you are muted. You are still muted. Oh no. Hello. I can't hear you if you're talking. None. You are a ghost in the machine. There is no words. You are gone. You are destroyed. You're dragging back in. Hello.
It's working?
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah.
All right, cool,
Excellent.
yeah.
Huzzah.
I
All
had to like
right.
completely disconnect from the call and join
Yeah.
back in. I was trying. Sorry.
All right. You see yourself within the empty void, all alone, for a brief moment before you see a copy of yourself, a large ball of fur appearing within the center of the chamber. They look at you, reaching out, grabbing and snatching things, anything shiny, or hats. For some reason, there's also hats.
Listen, that hat was cool.
You hear in your mind, you fight for your friends. You fight to protect those you love. But sometimes greed can get in the way. Would you take from your friends? Would you steal when they need you to remain still?
I would not steal anything I wouldn't give back to them. Borrow maybe, steal no.
The vision would shift. You see yourself in a grand chamber. A king before you, sitting upon a throne. Adjacent to them, on a similar throne, this one gilded in gold, is Ada. You go, drag him into the call. Hey, look, you're back.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Ada.
You
What am
find
I
your,
doing here? What did I do?
You find your vision
Hi, Ada.
shift. You are no longer in the chamber with Vaz, yourself, and Renea, but in a throne room. There's a person sitting next to you on the throne. You are sitting on a golden throne. The person next to you is a elven woman with white hair, a fine silver dress. You see that there is Floof before you.
Hi, Ada.
Hey, Floof. So what's going on?
I don't know.
So there's a person next to me, right?
There's a
Who
person
are they
next
on
to
a
you,
throne
yes.
too?
They are on a throne. The throne that they are on is silver. You hear in your minds, sometimes it is necessary to punish or even exile those you trust, those that you know. The woman on the silver chair speaks. Floofstad, you have been accused of grand larceny, of stealing the heart of Arendelle. How do you plead?
I mean, that sounds like a cool story. How'd I do that?
Ignorance Ada, see what your subject deals in. They must be punished, or else peace will be lost between our people.
Only in good conscience could I punish anybody, even strangers or friends. I would need to hear all sides of the story first before I could give a judgment. Preferably under a zone of truth with somebody I can trust.
The woman leans back in her throne, hands fiddling around, kind of like rubbing the palm of her other hand, her left hand.
If Floof does prove to be guilty of this crime, they will be exiled.
I mean, that's fair, honestly.
The vision shifts. You are no longer in the chamber, back with your companions, Ada. You find yourself alone once more in the void, Floofster. Sometimes thieves like to lie to themselves, say that they are only borrowing. Some things should be left alone. I ask you, if you are sent to the heart of Morganon, you see a sapphire. Would you take it for yourself or for your party?
I mean, knowing that it would be something that important, probably not. For me, treasure is not what is worth the most as much as it is just something wonderful that gives me joy.
Good. The vision shifts once more. You see yourself in a grand chamber, although ruined and destroyed. The aspects of the paintings of battles long fought, shredded and torn apart. Paintings upon the walls, the murals, decayed and crumbling. A throne sits at the far end of the chamber, vibrant and purple, glowing. You see a man there kneeling, begging for mercy. You see your companions rushing to kill them, to destroy the one at the throne. You see yourself standing in between. Would you grant mercy for your foe, or would you let them die?
This is a difficult question. It depends on who they are, what they did, I suppose. In most circumstances, I would feel I would try to protect the innocent. Though foes tend to be different than that, especially in our line of work. So I would say I'd probably let them. Ooh, that's a hard question. That very
What,
morally gray.
what if they are the one bringing about the destruction of the world? But what
Oh
if they
yeah,
could
then
be
they totally
redeemed?
gotta go.
What if they could be redeemed?
Would I know how to redeem them?
Perhaps that is for you to find. The choice is yours. Do you take the path of redemption or the path of justice?
I want to say I would choose to save them, but I trust my friends more than I trust my foes. And if they all believe that they are not capable of being saved, then I would not stop them.
With that, your vision shifts back to the empty white void. You are by yourself, and then you are by your companions Ada, Vaz, and Renea. You are good to join the others. I'm going to grab John.
All right.
Where's John? There he is.
Howdy, friends.
Hello. How's it going? You're kind of robotic right now.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a bit better.
Well, I've done literally nothing.
There
I
we go.
don't.
That's good. Okay, we're good.
Yay.
Huzzah! All right. You find yourself in a field of black, a
Hmm.
sparking ember of green flame. You see yourself walking amongst this black void, grasping the ember and inhaling deep within the soul energy. A voice enters your mind. Blasphemer, you've sought. You dare defile a soul! Sighs. Knowing it is a soul, would you imbibe, would you partake in this again?
If it furthers my means to an end, yes, I would.
Roll me a Christmas saving throw.
Unsurprising. Sidekick. Sidekick. The fuck die it is. Where are you? Actually, we'll first go to Maiden.
Man, you're just freaking cursed.
Man!
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
50. That's not fantastic. Closing my eyes here because I'm trying to think. Because if I say I want to use my inspiration, I'll take what Maiden pops up. Um. Fuck it. Let's use the inspiration. It's easy to
All
get
right.
back. Is Maiden gonna pop up? Was that even the right thing for Maiden?
That's Maiden. Oh no, that is Psychic. Maiden didn't do anything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just roll again then. Inside kick. That's 23. There it is.
All right, using your inspiration.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I usually say the recap, so I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. All right. You feel your soul being ripped and torn at. The pain excruciating. You suffer half of this damage. You
Wonderful.
suffer 17 points of damage.
It's not bad at all. So I do still got one of those left. That's handy to know. It's gonna take a lot more than trying to rip that out of me.
If you have a choice between your friends and your own self-interest, what would you choose? Your ultimate goal, or the lives of all of your companions? Would you sacrifice them for your goal?
A friend is harder to come by than any goal or planet. There are more planes in this world, there are more ways to an end than through just a friend. No.
To be clear, you would not sacrifice.
I would not. John,
Okay.
he's now seen other planes, he's been told of other planes. There is more than just this world.
Okay.
A world can be sacrificed, a friend, that is harder.
Hmm.
A goal can be met through separate ends.
What of your
I don't.
family? Would you sacrifice them if it meant your success? Otherwise, the failure of your goal and the destruction of yourself?
My family. They're hardly my family. I walked out of them a long time ago. I made my choice then and there. I don't have much of a family.
So you would sacrifice them?
If told.
Charisma saving throw.
Uh-huh. 28.
Alright, you suffer half of this. That is another 15 damage to you. Total of 32.
Cool. No, yeah, I'm going through it on the app. I forgot I can actually do the token. 32, you said. Let me. 32.
Do you believe this self-interest, selfishness is from your devourment of a soul? Or is this your true self? Perhaps a causation from the book that you should not have read?
I don't believe this is a selfish goal. I'm trying to rid the plains of a chaotic, unabiding force.
Through undeath?
I'm only just scratching the surface of undeath, but no mortal can do it. No, a god has failed at this for sakes. A mortal ain't gonna be able to do what I plan.
So you seek the death of family, of sacrificed souls, to destroy that which is truly evil. The greater good, then.
The greater good.
Hmm.
I could do a really amusing voice impression and say the greater good, but we're not
The
going.
greater good!
God damn it, there it is. Greater good. The greater good.
Hmm. And perhaps there is some potential there. If you had the choice, be wiped clean of terrible memories, would you take it?
You're asking me to wipe my mind. I need those memories. It reminds me to keep moving. I need these memories to tell me I am still alive. These memories are what is John, if you want to get philosophical about it. You remove my painful memories and all that is me, then I'm dead. Thank you for revving down my street. It's 7 a.m. This happens all the time, by the way.
All
I
right, then.
apologize.
All good. Well, then, there is potential still. With that, your vision will shift back into the void of white with your companions. You would notice that the chamber you were in, the black void, shifted ever so slightly to a gray before you were shifted back to your companions. You're good to join them. I'm going to grab in the show.
Interesting. Okay.
Where is the show? There's the show. Hello!
Oh,
I heard you like vision quests.
I do.
Yes, indeed.
Let's fucking go.
Now, just for my own funness, this is not going to
Oh,
happen, but for funsies, I want to see what your answer to this question would be.
okay.
If you were to become a real bear, would you take it?
If I could become a real bear, would you take it?
Yes. It's not what's being questioned. You got a lot of bear themes because of what happened through the campaign, so I'm just curious now. If I turned you like a werebear or something.
I think the show. Mason would love if the show became a werebear.
Okay.
The show probably isn't too fond of lycanthropy in any way.
Gotcha. All right. Now that my own personal curiosity is covered, you would see yourself in a empty white void. Your companions are nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, it shifts into that of a vast underground complex. You see yourself and then a mirror of yourself digging around within the ruins, uncovering ancient artifacts and finding a book.
Hell yeah. A book?
A book.
Is it a familiar book?
It is not, although it is most certainly Gith in origin. You would hear in your mind, delver of secrets, seeker of ancient curiosities. The past holds many dangerous things, things better less left hidden. I wondered, would you give up artifacts, the fame and the fortune that comes with it, to leave behind which is best left hidden? Would
Stop
you?
now to not take more risks. Hmm. What? I'm sorry.
Your ventures will bring you into dangerous territories with ancient artifacts. Artifacts that, if taken from their resting spot, can destabilize the realm. But will grant you exceeding potential, power, wealth, fame. Would you take this? Would you leave it be? And would you bury the tale so none other may find it?
I would take it.
Christmas save.
Oh my. Okay. 8.
You suffer 32 points of damage.
Jesus.
Alright. Your vision shifts, opening up into a vast sea of stars, planets, and asteroids. You see the system before you. I have a basic version of my solar system. I want to update it before I show you it, but you will have been given this image. Just because I want it to be prettier, because I have a bunch of new space assets. But anyways, you would see yourself in this void, this astral sea. You would see large beings flying through the space, monstrous creatures, whales, demons, creatures, magic explosions echoing throughout. Your choice can unleash this upon your realm. I wondered, would you still choose this if you knew what would become of your people?
Well, can't say I think I would.
Is
No,
it-
I would leave it.
You have potential then. Vision would shift. You would see once more back within the ruin, delving deeper and deeper into its bowels. You would see a chamber, a burial chamber with a large sarcophagi, decorated in the Gith fashion. And there's a faint ticking sound coming from within.
How frequent is the ticking? Is it like a tick, 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 tick,
Yeah.
tick?
About that.
Okay. Okay.
Some things even the gods do not know the answer to. Some things could prove beneficial or destructive. Your companions seek to restore that which has died. Would you aid them? Or would you let it rest?
The past is buried. Just because I want to know about it does not mean I want it back.
With that, the vision ends. You find yourself back in the chamber with everyone else who has taken the singular trial themselves. I'm going to go and grab Paul if they're around. You are good to join the others.
All right.
Hello!
Hello.
Are you back from your Shuba Boops?
I am back.
Huzzah! All right. You find yourself in a empty void, which swiftly changes to that of a vast library. Books upon books, all bound and sealed with chain and lock. You find a copy of yourself scrolling through the tomes, walking around, muttering.
I'm
Sometimes
going.
you would hear in your mind, sometimes knowledge is dangerous. Sometimes you can lose yourself to it. Sometimes it is best to let it sit. Would you, if offered the chance of untold knowledge, take this risk? Would you fall prey to its allure?
I wouldn't fall prey to it. I would make it fall prey to me.
You would see yourself, the copy of yourself, beginning to shift rapidly through the bookcases, trying to find a specific book. It must be here. It must be here. No, that's not it. Throwing books off the shelf now. Pages going flying all around. Yep.
I'm going.
I'm so
Sorry,
confused by this
continue.
song. 1 second. Voice just changed. I'm gonna reset the music. That put me off. Let's see here, music. All right, you're getting killed, Dayman. Disconnect. Play. There we go. It put us right back where we were. Oh well. Anyways, carry on.
I'm going to walk up to the copy of myself and be like, what are you looking for, handsome?
They would turn to face you, their eyes blackened voids stained with red blood. It must be here, it must be here! Where is it?
What's wrong with your eyes?
Can't find it, can't find it. Where is it? You would hear in your mind. There is a path for your future, but you will need to trust in more than just yourself. Arrogance alone will not see you to victory, will not see you to understanding the secrets. The vision will shift, opening up into a vast sea of stars, planets, and meteors. Of beasts, of wizards, of demons, of angelic beings battling, magic explosions going off. If this knowledge is let loose, this can be your future. The future of the entirety of the realm. If you are lost to it, this is what you risk. If you succeed, this is what you risk. You have already been informed of the necessary precautions meant to protect this knowledge. Do you think yourself strong enough to hold this knowledge?
Meta question, which knowledge is she talking about?
She is talking about Cyric and the release of the God's War upon Kydrin. Some of the library essentially is getting to the is alluding to the fact that if you keep delving, you might get something that could break your mind and release this upon Kydrin. So it's basically saying, are you willing to take this risk?
Not if it means destroying this world.
You are ready. With that, you will find yourself back in the chamber with all of your companions. We can join the others.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna have to turn you gay, bro.
Hello! That was a weird thing to come back to.
Wait, hold on. I can meme this. I forgot I have this. Boy, I swear to God, I will take your soul.
Wait,
Alright.
wait, hold on, Bruce. Oh God.
No!
Wait, oh God. I'm
So,
I'm struggling to open my
it's Paul's
snipping
day of
tool.
judgment now.
Nope.
You
I'm
all
struggling to
find
I
yourself
thought it would have been a lot worse.
back in this chamber, this void with each other. You see someone approach.
God.
A woman walking through the void. Next to her is an angel. Red hair, 6 glowing wings.
Oh,
In the hand of the woman, which you now recognize to be Ayamade,
I called it.
there is a key. She would offer it.
To anyone? Or
She is just offering it to the chamber. She would
Well,
then
then Floof will go
speak.
grab it.
Of course. I was gonna say I was gonna grab it, but the cat.
Well, listen, if someone's offering, I'm gonna grab it. It could be cool.
It could.
She begins to speak as the key is swiped from her hand. Within my hand, there is a key. A key to the future that is not there anymore. All right.
Oh, sorry. Here, do you want it back? She offers it back to her.
Did you not learn anything from what we just spoke of, Floof?
I'm sorry, is this a thing?
divine
I'll get it
being
back.
calling someone floof is funny to me.
John is in.
I thought you were handing it to me. I'm sorry. Here, and she's just gonna put it back into her
John-
hand.
She'll take the key.
John finds this greatly amusing.
I'm sorry. I thought you were handing it to me. My bad.
Anyways, I am offering you the key, yes, but there is a bit more to it. There's a choice here. You kind of rushed right in there. Kind of the warning I've been giving some of you. Don't rush into things. She looks very exasperated. Anyways, with this key, your potential can be unlocked. But there is an issue.
Floof's doing one of those things where they're clearly trying to wait till the end of the conversation before they can grab it.
Should probably move all this shit from.
To accept this key, you accept my boon. This means for you is that you accept me within your heart. You accept the path that I lay before you. For those who might have some interesting endeavors, this will not limit you, but I will be
Christ,
watching.
agnostic.
John, I think she's talking about you.
Oh, really? You don't say, man.
For Ada,
Yeah,
since you have a
I
high
think
pass
so.
perception, you would notice that she glanced at John and Paul.
Oh.
Ada looks over to her brother and squints a little bit.
Oh my god, my mouse is dead. Whoops.
Paul just shrugs.
So, at least in my case, I can't speak for the others, but I would have to accept the being that tried to rip out the soul I didn't know I had into my heart.
Now, the choice lays before you. You take this key and lock your potential, or do you leave it be?
You know,
Now,
actually, I've got a
add a
lot of stuff
character.
going on right now.
Now, add a character. This choice will specifically set you to Iamade. Floof, you already have some ties to Sarenrae. That is not
Yeah,
to say
she's
you
gonna stick
cannot
with that.
accept this boon, it's just saying that your boon will not be to the level of others. Everyone else, same general concept. You can accept the boon. That will tie you to Iamade. So it's up to you if you wish to take it. Only one who
Does
has already gained a deific boon currently is Floof. So she's the only one who is limited in terms of the potential of this boon.
okay, so
What?
that wouldn't impact me at all.
More agnostic crime.
So, what? Of course, this is very tricky for John. What does what does that entail exactly? Am I able to ask that? Like, what does binding myself to them entail?
I will grant you some of my strength, so you may enact my will upon the realm. But so you may succeed in your task as well. Beyond this, though, your faith is mine. The strength of your prayers are fueling my own power, and thus fueling yours.
Ada kind of points between Renea and herself. What kind of clerics is that going to affect this? Because I'm fine helping you with your endeavors as you help with mine. I just can't really just give up Lady Hestia like that.
Renea nods in agreement.
You both follow a deity torn from the life stream. A deity weakened greatly. I can sponsor Hestia.
Ladies and gentlemen, this religion check is brought to you by Angel.
Shit.
This
Sorry,
What
my
happens if we fall out of favor? Does it just undo what you've done?
Depending on how badly you have fallen, the boon can turn into a curse, or it may simply vanish.
And John's head. So commit a small crime first to get rid of the boon, and then do the big one. Got
So,
it.
So,
so
out of character, my question was more of what happens to our cleric class if we have to do this?
Oh, nothing. No, you are.
Okay.
For you guys, since you're wanting specifically to remain with Hestia, she would be sponsoring Hestia, granting the power that this boon is granting to fuel Hestia, so she has enough strength to grant you this boon. That's what I mean by sponsoring.
Eh.
well,
If this were like, hey, can you sponsor Asmodeus? You'd be like, fuck no.
could this
But yeah,
Well.
it's Hestia, so she's okay with that.
I'm no stranger to deals.
So
being the blood of another god wouldn't impact this, would it?
Not unless you are aligned to them. Do you pray to them? Do you accept blessings from them? Are you a cleric level, or paladin level, or inquisitor level?
No.
Then no.
Okay, so this also won't harm me asking the Tinkerer for help, will it?
Nope.
Fuck it! Easy money!
So John accepts the boon.
I am no...
Alright.
I'm
I
no
will-
stranger to accepting deals, ma'am. You've seen my soul. I've know vaguely of you from a friend.
The key will duplicate,
I will take your bargain, ma'am.
and she will offer you the key.
Moment bitte.
John will take the key.
The key flies into your chest and enters into your heart.
That's never
Feel
gonna...
a warmth envelop you. We'll go over boons later.
Well,
Alright, anyone else accepting?
I will accept.
Paul accepts. Alright,
the
Deshove.
plan has only led me well before.
This is
I
bitch
accept.
working.
Alright,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's working
Floof.
very good.
Do you accept, Floof?
Decidedly does not accept.
Does not accept. Alright, Vaz, do you accept?
No.
Does not accept. Alright, Ada, do you accept?
Ada will accept.
Accepts. Renea, I assume the answer is yes, but do you accept?
She'll look at Kozalayan first. Is he what is he doing?
He is standing at the side of Iamade, and he will nod at you.
She'll walk forward and accept the key.
Alright. Now that everyone has accepted, Amadei will nod, closing her hands, clasping them together. With my boon, may you find success in the trials to come. The vision will end for Floof and Vaz, as you are no longer a part of what's in here. Mernea,
Smile later, nerds.
Kazalayan will step closer to you. Lady Ayamade has granted me some time. Her protection is protecting me now. I offer you 5 questions. Ask them of me and I will answer as truthfully as I can.
Oh,
I will give you a week, obviously, to get those in downtime so we can actually properly answer them. But also to this, there are some things I need to update and mark some things down. We may not play next week, but expect boom
Trust me.
options to be given probably by Wednesday, just because I got a lot of school tomorrow and got games tonight and all that. So, and Tuesday. But yes, that is the session. Hope you enjoyed. You guys would, effectively, you guys here would be privy to the conversation with the Khazalayan, and then the vision would end, trial would be over, and you'd all be back in that chamber.
Okay, okay.
When will you go over boon information?
Probably Wednesday. Options for example, an ASI is an option, a prestige class unlock is an option, a rebuild allowing you to rebuild into a specific class is an option.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, there's
Does
some options.
Yeah, like, what prestige classes are there? I'm curious
No,
about
That's
those.
one of the things I have to do. I have to go through them and make
Yeah.
sure that they are proper for this specific trial for your answers and whatnot. So
Okay.
does a prestige
Well.
class entail a rebuild if you take it, like Skill Collar did?
well, Skate Caller is just a class. It's a subclass for Ranger.
Right.
But it does entail a rebuild, not like a complete rebuild, but it does entail a rebuild.
Okay, cool.
how much of a rebuild? Since you said
So-
not a complete rebuild.
So a class would let you give a rebuild for everything besides like your race, because
Mhm.
that's set in stone and all that. A prestige class would be mostly focused on class-based aspects, so things that would require that you would need to have to be able to take the class itself. So, for example, you might need to adjust your ability scores around, or you might need to what's the word for it? Change around some of your choices in your class, so like your subclass choice. For the most part, it's not really a big rebuild. It's more of a adjusting things so the prestige class will fit you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some prestige classes that you choose will be more of a here's a baseline getting you started, but you will have to actively try to work towards this. For
Okay.
example, if like you're a wizard trying to enter into a paladin specific prestige class, there's only so much a partial rebuild can allow for that.
This will be interesting, especially for me since it's a good aligned thing.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're getting a smaller boon anyway, because you only got one shining orb.
Yeah. One of the options for John, by the way, but you actually said no to that, is to remove the cursed knowledge from your memory.
Oh,
That's what I was asking. You're like, no, I'm good.
oh, that. I mean, that was worded weirdly.
Yeah, it was worded in character, to be fair.
Uh,
Did you want to have that removed?
I mean, that would only be good. Like, considering the fall, like, I'll look at the other options if I'm still allowed
Okay.
to.
So I'll add that to your
Yeah.
specific option choices then.
Thank you very much, because yeah, I foresee that being an issue because I don't think a lich can get drunk. So I would turn into a lich and then fucking die of
Hey,
insanity.
Sage, question.
Yeah.
Why am I in hard to read?
What?
Why am I in hard to read? Why am I in hard to read? And the why?
Because you said a thing. The Y corner was because you made a pun, I think.
Many puns.
Both those happened today. I don't remember why, but yeah, they happened today.
And Max is eternally in the shame corner for what he has done today.
Anyways, I'm gonna
Yes.
close out the stream here. Hope you enjoyed it. We may be back next week. We may be back the week following. We'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you
I
all
really
have
hope
fun.
it's next week.
Thank you, Sage.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.